What is up, everybody? It's Sam, and we are back with another episode of Pessimistic at Best, the podcast. And I have Aubrey on the pod.
Hey, everyone.
I'm so excited to have you on this podcast.
Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be here.
Is this your first ever pod?
Your pod?
Yeah.
Yes.
That you've ever recorded?
A pod? Yes.
Yeah.
First ever. This is my pod popping cherry.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to be a part of that.
Yeah. Thanks for being so welcoming, so comfortable.
Of course.
Yes. This feels like a safe space.
And it is. It's so safe. Well, and James made us a pretty good lunch, so we're spoiled.
Yeah. James made us turkey, apple, and honey paninis. Thank you, James.
He does have it in his recipe book. Maybe we'll leak it. Maybe we'll add it to the show notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are so lucky.
Yeah.
Misho did attack Aubrey a couple minutes ago, so I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah. It's okay. I am psychologically damaged.
So scary.
He did draw blood.
Yeah, I'm emptying.
I'm bleeding, no. But it's okay. We're sitting here a foot apart and I'm not scared.
He stopped thumping his tail, so
Yeah.
So I think everything is, we've made amends.
He's sleeping and I'm not sweating.
Not
with
at
him
all.
sitting here. Yeah.
Well, and you're a cat owner, so you get it.
I get it. Yes. Owner of 2 cats. They actually kind of exude, I feel like cat owners are kind of, they say if you own 2 cats, one is kind of evil monster, the other's
that would be him.
Sweet angel. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's double cat owners get it.
Yeah. So true. So for you, sweet one, Claude.
Yes.
Evil one, Curtis.
Yes.
And that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. It's you met them.
It's so funny too, because I feel like the sweet one, everyone knows that cat is sweet, but then kind of the devilish one does posture as a nice cat when he's around people.
Exactly. And it's
new people.
The devilish ones tend to be cuter too.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Right. Because they know they have their looks working for them.
I know. I'm do they know?
Yeah, they must.
Yeah.
He definitely knows he's pretty. So sassy. And it was so crazy, honestly, this year when you lost your cat. That was actually insane.
Yeah, so to fill everyone in, I lost my cat. It turns out he was catnapped.
Literally stolen
off the street. He escaped. I don't know how. Some man found him and just picked him up and took him home, which was weird in my mind.
That is a really strange move.
Yeah, I'm you see a cat on the road, I'm not touching that cat.
No.
No.
Especially because he didn't live close to you.
He didn't live close. He was an hour and 15 away in the suburbs.
Obviously that cat did not travel an hour and 15 minutes by foot.
Right. Yeah. What are you trying to... Yeah, you're bringing him far away from home.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And the weird thing is I met the man because he brought the cat back and he seemed normal. So I was I don't know. It was just weird vibes.
Totally. Also, that seems like something only a cat person... Well, it goes both ways because on the one hand, a cat person wouldn't really ever pick up a cat off the street.
Right.
But at the same time, anti-cat people wouldn't either.
Exactly.
So, what kind of third person
are
you?
The other weird thing is that he owned a cat. He was saying,
okay, he did.
Yeah, so I'm I don't know. That's... maybe even double weird, but I'm just
because cats usually hate each other, so
yeah, so I'm how did that go? But also I'm just I would never ever see a stray cat on the road and be yeah, I'm gonna take you home.
No,
what if he's rabid?
And that could easily be the case.
I know. I'm
this mangy fucking thing.
Also, this is my naughty cat. So did he bite him? What went down in that car ride? Was he there's no way he's good in the car. So I'm was he just screaming that whole car ride?
Right. Yeah.
I wish I had footage or my cat could tell stories or
Right. So true. Hey, how was it over there?
He's seen a lot. He's seen a lot for sure.
Well, because how long did it take from him being gone until you noticed?
I noticed kind of immediately. I was he's not here with me in the living room. Yeah, which he hangs out. The next morning I was he's definitely not here.
That's so scary.
And then I was okay, trying to remain calm. And low-key, everyone else was freaking out more than me. I was I know this cat. I know he would be around.
Well, and he likes to go outside.
He likes to go outside.
Yeah.
And I went outside to look for him and couldn't hear him meowing, which he probably would be because it was raining. And so I was someone had to have scooped him up and brought him inside.
Yeah.
And then I was okay, I'll just hang up flyers so that someone can contact me, assuming it was a neighbor.
Yeah.
And then the next day, so it was 24 hours later, I got a call from a vet in some suburb and they were yeah, we have your cat. And I was just where are you? Like
Right.
I'd never heard of the suburb. So I Google
Okay.
it and it's like so far away. And I'm like, how the fuck did he get out there?
That's nice that they called you. I almost assumed, because I knew you said you found him from the chip.
Yes.
I almost assumed you had to like go to the Humane Society and they would like read his chip and be like, did anyone?
I did call a couple
Okay.
humane societies, like the vet, and like let a lot of people know.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that vet scanned him.
Okay.
And like, thank God I got his microchip. I honestly got that like 6 months ago.
No
Like,
way.
Yeah, I'm like, thank God I got that.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I think our cats are chipped, and I think they have been since we adopted them, but I honestly like don't know for sure.
Like, check if your cats are chipped, everybody.
Seriously.
Like, you can take them to the vet and they'll tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I don't even have a vet here. I need to figure that out.
Oh,
He's only ever been to the emergency vet.
oh my gosh, that's why he had surgery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is also why it cost $4,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why it was so expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Insane. Because we got that same surgery actually back in Madison, and I want to say in total, all of his vet bills were like $1,200, and this time it was $4,000 just to even get like tested.
And it's like the $1,200 felt like a lot at the time.
Oh yeah.
It's like I swear every time I go to the vet, it's more expensive,
I know.
and I'm like, oh, I should have been more grateful for the last bill
Yeah.
I paid.
That's so
It's like,
true.
why is this inflation, or are my cats sicker?
No,
I don't,
literally.
or neither. Like, is the vet just like
I know.
taunting?
Well,
you?
cats are literally so expensive, but it was so funny. I was out to dinner with a friend's mom. Well, the friend was there too, but and my friend's mom, who's very much a dog person,
Yes.
was like, "You spend that on a cat," and I very well know that she spent thousands of dollars on her dog when it had like cancer or something.
Oh, bitch, for sure. That
So
dog
I'm like,
probably cost a couple thousand.
Yeah.
Like that designer dog,
Exactly.
$4K, and like right off the bat, you don't even know its personality.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
Like-
and yes, I will spend that on my literal son.
No, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's the difference between like, you know, dog people are judgmental of
Always.
cat owners.
Yeah.
But cat owners are so open-minded about
I
dog
know.
owners. Yeah.
I like dogs. I grew up with both. I'm an only child, but I had 2 dogs and 3 cats living in my house.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was kind of a bit of a zoo.
Any other animals?
Some fish.
Whoa. All at the same time?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, my parents were kind of insane. We actually so when I was born, my mom's cat, Willie, who like really only liked my mom. He was actually an only child too. He was like the only, his mom, his actual cat mom, was like super old when she had him. So he was the only cat in the whole litter.
Wow.
Yeah, which I feel like doesn't happen very often. He was also, have you heard of a Hemingway cat?
No.
I don't remember why they're called that. Something about like the island Ernest Hemingway living on or something.
Huh.
They're
They
like
don't
a
write
bunch of-
literature for a living?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. They have 6 toes though.
Oh, what?
So it's all these
Okay.
like deformed cats that were like living
And
near.
it's enough of a thing that it like has its own name.
Yeah, Hemingway cats. And he was one of those. So he had 6 toes.
Okay.
So you could always tell when he was like climbing up the fridge because the footprint would be so
Oh
massive.
my gosh.
But he hated me when I was born because I like probably took up a lot of my mom's time.
For sure.
And he like literally for years growing up would sit in my doorway and swat at me if I tried to get in my room. Like he never grew to like me at all.
So that's like you have memories as a child of him.
And I still like cats.
Yeah, right. And yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Just crazy. But you said you grew up with dogs.
I grew up with so history of animals are that I actually had a guinea pig.
Oh, classic.
That was my first pet, and then we got a rabbit.
Okay, rodent family.
Rodent family,
Totally.
and then we got a dog when I was
Okay.
like in middle school after I convinced my parents, but never a cat. Yeah.
I'm seeing all these fucked up TikToks right now about these hamster owners, and I don't know if guinea pigs do the same thing. They're obviously much larger, but
Yeah.
Hamsters like will stop breathing in the winter. They like literally go into like hibernation or something, and everyone thinks that their hamster is dead, so they bury them. But the hamsters are literally just hibernating.
Oh my God. Why? I'm like wondering why Sandy Cheeks wasn't a hamster
Yeah.
so that we could like learn more about this. You know what I mean? Like that's where my mind
Seriously.
went. Like why is this something I'm just learning now?
I know, it's actually crazy. And then everyone on TikTok is like, did I bury my hamster alive?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like hamster's like such a gateway pet.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're so cute to look at, always in the pet store. My parents were pretty like not into me owning any rodents.
And that's fair.
Yeah. They're kind of like, we don't really want the smell.
No, that's so valid. We got our money, and my parents were immediately like, this was a mistake because she ruined everything.
They chew everything.
She like chewed everything. Yeah. And they were like, oh, our board game's destroyed.
Yep.
We can't do this puzzle anymore. All the pieces destroyed. Like it's like,
They're
oh,
actually missing 50 pieces.
yeah.
I didn't really babysit very often. I wasn't the best with kids. Still, I wouldn't say.
And that's relatable.
Yeah.
But like youngest child and only child.
Right.
So maybe it's like,
I didn't hang out with any. I like only hung out with adults.
Okay.
But I ended up becoming like the pet sitter of the neighborhood for some reason.
Okay.
People were like trusting me with their animals. So
Yeah.
I have spent a lot of time around rodents.
Okay.
And this one house that I consistently sat for every winter, I think they would go on like a holiday vacation every year.
Yeah.
They had at one point a guinea pig, a hamster, and a bunny.
Okay.
And
it's like
the
rodent
hamster,
central.
literally, it was a boy hamster. I don't know if you've ever seen boy hamsters or if they're all this way, because again, I don't have much experience, but his balls were literally the size of his body.
And I was waiting for that.
It was so crazy.
Yeah.
The size of his body. And if you pick, I mean, like that has to be some weight that you're carrying around.
Like big ball energy.
Huge balls.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so crazy.
Yeah.
So that was insane. And then the guinea pig was like pretty chill, and I would just like her name was Rosie, clean the cage, whatever. She didn't really come out.
Okay.
But I would like let the bunny around the house a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And it would usually go back in its cage.
Okay.
But then one time I got to the house, the cage was open. And so this bunny was like very clearly running around the house. I couldn't find it. I couldn't get it back in its cage. And my dad, but like there was little bunny shit everywhere.
Of course, yeah. I was like, they poop everywhere.
They poop everywhere. And I called my dad. I don't think we got the bunny back in the cage until like the very end of the trip. He was out all week.
Oh my God.
It was crazy.
Did you tell the owners?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully they're not listening to this.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, so that was always crazy. It was definitely a fun house to sit for because I always wanted a rodent.
Uh-huh.
I feel like that's classic.
Yeah.
Every kid wants a rodent.
Every kid wants a rodent until they see the hamster's balls.
Yeah.
And they're like, then it keeps you humble.
disturbing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That has to be like the largest ball to body ratio of any animal. I mean, it was literally insane.
We'll have to look into it.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, so what was your favorite animal that you've had so far?
Probably my current cat. Is that allowed?
That's definitely allowed.
My current cat, Claude, who's so snug. Like, he's like the perfect specimen. He's
so
like
nice.
a noodle of a cat. Like, I can scoop him up. I can throw him around.
I am jealous of how much you can like manhandle him a little bit.
Right? I know. He just like, yeah, he's just very malleable.
Yeah.
Which I love.
His big stretch.
Big stretch.
So good.
In my arms. Yeah. So the con to that is that he does sleep on my face. Like literally on my face. And like, I'm a heavy sleeper, thankfully.
Yeah.
But I do wake up and I'm like, okay, I like actually can't breathe.
Yeah.
Or I have dreams where I'm like suffocating and it's because he's like laying across my esophagus.
way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's classic.
So that's the one downside.
Beatrix loves to snuggle too. And if James hasn't gotten in the bed yet, she'll literally like curl up right here. And I'm like, this is the best heaven on earth.
Yeah, it's so nice. Like anxiety gone.
100%.
Okay, how about you? What's your favorite animal?
I would say, I mean, Misha and Beatrix are definitely animals that I feel like I got when I was of an age that it was like so fun because they were mine.
Yeah, it's like I chose you.
And I like picked them out and I formed their personality.
Yeah.
Molded them.
Okay, so you're the reason Misho just
Is a fucking
attacked
asshole.
me.
Honestly, probably.
Is it your James now?
So it's so funny. I picked Beatrix out.
Okay.
And James picked out Misho, but Misho loves me, so probably my fault. And Beatrix loves James.
Okay.
And I'm like, classic.
Oh, that's so cute.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I also got this cat when I was 4, when I was obviously already in a house that was full of animals. And she was a farm cat that one of my cousins, like, they brought a litter to like our family reunion. They were
And
like,
that's
if
such
you
a
guys want
Wisconsin
some,
thing.
100%.
Like, I'm going to try to pawn off these farm cats. Yeah.
So snatched one up, of course. I was 4, so I did name her Twinkles.
Of course.
After? Well, for me, honestly, I have no idea where it came from.
It's got to be Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, no?
You think so?
Or like, yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. Do 4-year-olds still sing that?
Today?
Well, like,
oh my gosh,
when
I
you're
don't-
4.
I think I did.
Okay. Now it's probably
But, like-
baby shark.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not tight with any 4-year-olds.
Yeah,
So
me
once
neither.
I am, I'll let you know.
Okay, totally.
I'll ask. But
Do
anyways.
you? Yeah, that's so true. So you don't really like kids either.
I can do without them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like good.
Same. I don't know how to hang out with them. I actually find them to be very scary.
Oh yeah. I'm like, I don't know how to talk to you.
No.
Like, do I use a high pitched voice?
Right.
I
think you're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to do that. Right, exactly. But then I'm like, oh, okay.
But like, I don't want to because you're not really a real person.
No, and then I'm like, do you understand what I'm saying sometimes?
I know.
Even though it's like
scary.
You're probably you cannot. Yeah. Like you're fully in school and like can speak English.
No, totally.
Yeah.
You're learning so many words.
Right. It's one of those things where I'm like, pat them on the head. It's like, they're there.
Oh my God, same. If I can avoid them, I try to.
Yeah, agree.
I actually think I'm in this place right now where like none of my friends really have kids or are on that wavelength yet.
Yes, yeah.
I do think because I'm a selfish person that I will take it personally when my friends start having kids.
I was actually just having this conversation earlier with someone and I was like, how do you feel about your friends having kids? And she was like, it changes a lot. Like it does. Their lives are changed.
I'm
like,
scared of that.
I agree. And like for me, it's not even me. It's like it's my friends. I'm like, can you just hold off on that?
No, like please.
Yeah.
We're having so much fun.
Yeah, is that selfish to ask? Like maybe don't get married yet.
Seriously. Which I also feel like is like a little more realistic in a city, like a big city. Everyone stay younger longer.
Yes.
Like less people are settling down.
Less property.
Yeah. Because no one can afford it.
Exactly.
Keep them broke and they won't have kids.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So we'll see. But I don't really have kids in my future, at least not right now. Not interested.
I don't know if I ever will.
Yeah,
personally.
kind of same.
Yeah, I'm like, I could certainly do without.
I just think I would love to spend my money on myself.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're so expensive.
They're so expensive.
Oh my gosh. And then it's like, like you were saying earlier, your cats, like you're responsible for their lives.
No,
and then
literally.
imagine a whole ass another human.
So much pressure.
Right. I'm like, oh, now I have to literally keep you alive.
And think of like all the fucked up stuff that I would probably like, mess their little brains up. I'm like, I don't know if I should.
Yeah, totally.
Be the one to raise a child. So,
and the idea of like even bearing a child, I'm like, that is way too much responsibility.
This is so not feminist at all, but I literally think pregnant women are so scary. I'm like terrified of them.
What do you think is the scariest thing about them?
There's like a little parasite growing in there.
Yeah.
It's taking all your food, your nutrients. It's like literally, that is so crazy to me.
I'm like, you're a bitch because of this this thing inside you. Like, you're hungry because of this thing inside you.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And moody.
That's valid.
So it's crazy. And I think giving birth would be my biggest fear.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds
it would be
terrifying.
So scary. And people talk about how much it hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to put myself through that pain.
No.
Like, I am such a baby.
And like all the weird cravings, like it's bizarre stuff.
Yeah, totally.
My mom said she like wanted to eat chalk. I'm like, what? Who even thinks of that?
Had she tasted chalk
I don't
before?
think so.
Like, wow, all of a sudden was she like, that sounds good to me? Like, what?
Completely bizarre.
That's so funny. That's why she was like one and done.
Well, she actually had 3 miscarriages.
Oh.
So I think they wanted 2 kids.
Sad.
They had,
Okay.
They had 2 before me. Then I was like the lone survivor.
Okay.
And then they tried one more
So
time.
strong.
And then I think they gave up.
Okay.
They're like, that's enough.
They're like, we can just get 6 more cats and dogs.
Exactly.
Yeah. That'll fill the void.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was like, I'm just going to fill this tank full of fish and we're going to be all set.
Yeah. Exactly. Your dad's like coming home with like the ocean full, like a tank.
No, like tons of fish. We moved to Madison and he built a pond. Were you with us?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, you weren't with us when we stopped at my house on the Madison trip.
Yeah, no.
There's a pond back there.
So it has like plants, fish.
It has like running water. There's
Wow.
like a waterfall feature.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And does it freezes? Does your dad ice fish on it?
No, definitely not probably safe enough for that. He does keep a heater in there too so that the fish will like live through the winter.
Oh,
Because I would
wow.
say it's only,
Oh my gosh, he has a setup.
oh yeah.
Wow.
It's only like 4 feet deep at
Okay.
its deepest point.
So no diving, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you could like stand in there if you really wanted, but I've never tried.
Okay. You've never gone in.
I've never gone in.
And would you?
I don't think it's probably maintained to the cleanest.
Yeah, you're like, I could just take a shower instead.
Yeah. I do have a bathtub, so I think I'm all set.
You're like, I could just take a bath
Yeah.
if I want.
But it's like his little pride and joy. So, and it's actually really funny because if you walk up to it, you can't really see like the frogs and toads hang out around it, but all of a sudden you'll just hear like bloop and a bunch of frogs will like jump in.
Okay, that's so cute.
It's pretty fun.
Turtles?
I don't know if there have ever been turtles. A couple years we had this family of like a male and a female like duck would always come and mate in our backyard and lay their eggs.
Whoa.
And then their first ever swim with the new babies was always in our pond.
Oh, that's so cute.
And then my dad would like kind of walk with them to make sure nobody hit them with a car when they would like finally migrate to the larger pond near our house.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
They stopped coming though, so they're probably dead.
Or they moved on to bigger ponds.
So true.
So where does he source all these animals from?
Well, the ducks and stuff just came on their own.
Yeah.
But he was buying fish from, I believe, a store that was literally called the Pawn Shop.
Okay.
Because it was like a pun on like
that
pawn.
sounds very Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he like basically dug a giant hole, filled it with rocks and water, and here we are.
Wow.
And then he got some fish. My friend Zoe, who you've met, also her brother won a fish at like Fitchburg Days or one of those.
Totally.
Kept it for a while, went off to college, and his parents were like, can we give you this fish? And they plopped it in our pond.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So I feel like that would be a good life for like a fish that started at a fair.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But
now you like know what to get your dad for Father's Day.
yeah, fish.
Yeah, fish or like a frog or
So true.
something, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Expand the pond ecosystem.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's
and
fun.
like little birds will come around. It is very satisfying. One of our neighbors though one time said something along the lines of like, because it makes noise because there's the water feature. Like I think it's raining, but only at the neighbor's house because they like couldn't figure out like what the
noise was. That's so funny.
Yeah,
it's a good prank.
It is.
Yeah,
we're gonna just mess with the whole neighborhood.
Right.
Our neighbors next door now have chickens. They're like one of those Madison people who like gets the chickens, lays the eggs. Yeah.
Okay. And do they make noises?
They do make some noise. You're actually not allowed to have a rooster in the city for that reason. You can
I was
only
gonna
have
ask.
hens.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But do your parents like get annoyed by the noise?
I don't think they mind the noise as much, but they are over their limit of chickens. I think you're only supposed to have like
limit?
6.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Within the city, at least.
Okay.
And they literally have like 11 or something.
Oh my gosh.
But they did name one of their chickens Samantha.
Oh.
And that chicken like got eaten by some animal. And they post on Facebook like R.I.P. Samantha. And my mom keeps telling that story because obviously my name is also Samantha.
Your mom loves that story.
Yeah. She's crazy.
So now they have 10 chickens.
Yeah, 10.
They get a dozen eggs every day.
No, it's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I know.
They must be just jacking up on protein.
Seriously.
How are they getting... Do your parents get free eggs?
Yeah, they do sometimes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So kind of perk.
Total perk.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy. I don't know if you can have chickens in a city like Chicago, but you can, of course, in a city like Madison.
I'm sure you can have chickens here.
You think so?
There's got to be some law, some chicken law.
I will say I feel like no one's really checking if you have chickens here.
Yeah, there's no law enforcement around chickens. That's for sure.
I don't know if I would personally want chickens, but fresh eggs, I mean, that sounds nice.
Fresh eggs do sound nice, but I think the clucking would get... I mean, your cats would hate them.
Yeah. I mean, I think they would probably maul them.
Oh, hey, buddy.
And then we'd have another Rip Samantha situation.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what is the most illegal thing you've ever done?
Oh my God, that is a great question. That's a crazy question. Let me think about it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, at least one of the things that haunts me at night is I definitely drunk drove a little bit in high school.
Oh, yeah. That's like a classic Wisconsin thing, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And like it was kind of like pre-Uber era.
Yes. Yeah.
Which
so
is not an excuse, but... But I was like actually reflecting on that the other day. I was like, honestly, thank God all of my friends are like alive and no one got in trouble.
No, for sure. It's like you look back and you're like, that was pretty dumb.
That was so dumb.
Yeah.
So definitely something that like would be a no-no if I did have a kid. I'll pick you up. I don't care. No drunk driving.
Yeah.
Call the Uber, put it on my card.
Right. Yeah. Like I'll pay for it.
Yeah. Whatever needs to happen. Because we would kind of do that a lot. My friend Sophia and I too would like both drink at the party. And then the less drunk person would follow the other one home to make sure they got home okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like the less drunk person drove. It's like
we both were driving.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's...
Which is like the worst thing in the world. So it's so dumb. But that's definitely something that haunts me at night. What about you?
What's the most legal thing I've ever done?
Yeah.
Probably like, I'm thinking like brought weed back from Colorado when it was like illegal.
That is a little bit scary.
Yeah, it's so scary.
Because
And then
in
you're
some
like...
states, you could
you're
get
going through
in big
Nebraska
trouble.
and you're like making a plan with your friends. Like, what are we gonna say if we get pulled over? And now
Fucking
it's like
shove it up your vagina.
no,
like,
literally, I'm like, I'll put it anywhere. Like, I'll eat these 20 weed cookies, whatever. It's like, no.
Oh my god, yeah.
And it's like, I feel like in Nebraska too, there's like signs that's like drug dogs ahead, and like they try to scare you so much.
For
but
sure.
now it's not as scary. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like legal.
So many states. Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
That, or I think I stole a couple terrace chairs.
I was just gonna say, wait, you stole terrace chairs?
yeah.
Oh my god. And you got away with it?
Yeah, 2 of them.
I know somebody who stole a terrace chair and obviously like put it outside of his home in Madison,
So dumb.
and so like got a fat fucking fine.
I was gonna say that's pretty illegal. I don't know
Yeah.
how illegal.
Well, and I feel like it's one of those things where they can just tell, because they do sell the chairs, but only in like red. So like the
Yes.
ones that they actually have at the
Yes.
union, you can't buy.
Exactly.
So if you have like a fucking yellow one sitting out at your house, it's like, okay, that's obviously stolen property.
No, right, exactly.
Oh my god. Well, good for you.
Thank
Where
you.
are they today?
So one is in my apartment.
Okay.
The other
How have I not
is
seen that? Is it in your kitchen?
it's in my dining room.
Okay. I
I'm
have to
surprised
pay
you didn't
attention.
see it,
Yeah.
but it's tucked in the corner.
okay.
And then the other one I stole for my friend's 21st.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
Wow.
yeah,
You're
it was
a good
fun.
friend.
It was, yeah, I was like, this has to be done though. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where I was like, this will be good.
Totally. So you were in college at the time.
Yeah.
Nice. That's badass.
Yeah, one of them I stole when I was like damn near blackout drunk.
Classic.
After bottomless mimosas, and it was like raining, so like
No one's around.
the vibes were right.
Yeah.
And honestly, my friends and I kind of just went one at a time. Like we stole like 5. Like each one of us got a chair. So it's like the
That
chair
is so
cohort.
funny.
And then
Okay, I didn't know you were a badass.
no, yeah, I'm so sick for. And then the other one was, it was like early morning, and I was sober, and I was so nervous, and I went out
Totally.
there, and there was a guard sitting out there, so I was like, oh, I
Oh,
can't do it
shit.
yet. So I went back home and went to bed, and then woke back up, and I went out again, and the guard, right when I walked up there, had just walked inside, and I was like, now's my
Perfect.
chance. So I
Were you
scrambled
alone?
up. Yeah, I was alone. I scrambled up, took it, and got away.
Wow, that's really cool.
It was, the second one was so gutsy, but I was like, I'm gonna do this. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. I definitely also, well, I wouldn't call yours a stealing phase. I had a stealing phase.
I was gonna say, you were like, yeah. Okay, what is like the biggest thing you've
I was stealing from like big box stores, so I actually don't regret it at all. But I like mostly stole from like H&M, Urban
Yeah.
Outfitters. You know how it is.
No, if you're gonna steal it, it has to be like, so it doesn't affect a single person.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna steal from a small business,
Obviously.
I'm
Right,
not an
right.
asshole,
Right. Yeah. No, yeah, we're smart stealers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're conscientious stealers.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But I definitely went through a phase. There was like a couple years there where I would say majority of my wardrobe was stolen merchandise.
What was the age range?
So I probably started like senior year of college, and I probably stole a lot like senior year of college and freshman year. No, sorry, senior year of high school. Oh my God.
Time warp.
Through freshman year of college.
When you're like broke.
When you're at your brokest.
Yeah.
I also, the double whammy, so maybe this is one of the more illegal things I've done too, would be like I would steal alcohol because I wasn't 21 yet.
Mm-hmm.
So not only am I not of legal drinking age, but I'm also stealing this.
Yeah, from like stores.
Yeah.
Where would you put? Would you just put it in your bag?
Honestly, I would just like also steal something else, and like I'd be at Target and I would
Yeah.
like grab a bottle of alcohol and put
Uh-huh.
it in like a cart that also had like a sweater in it.
Uh-huh.
And then I'd steal both of those things.
So what was the strategy there?
Essentially, you literally just walk out with the sweater over your arm and the alcohol underneath. The thing is,
Totally.
they totally knew.
Right. I
There's-
don't know if they did.
I feel like there's no way they didn't.
They were like, we're just
Just
gonna let her
fuck
go.
this girl, yeah.
And that's on white privilege.
No, so true. Yeah. But really stupid. I would buy like one thing, like buy a little makeup. So
Yes.
you went to like the self-checkout.
Yeah, to kind of make up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So dumb.
I would steal it. I would steal alcohol from my parents a lot.
Yeah, I definitely
I-
did that in high
I
school.
would just pour
water.
water in it. But then it's like if they ever put the bottle in the freezer, then half of it froze.
So
and I'm
true.
like, okay.
By the time that I graduated high school, I think that the large bottle of like Sky vodka that was sitting on my parents' top of the fridge for years was probably all water.
Yeah. And it's like, girl, read the room.
No,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm
literally.
18, I'm going to Madison,
Yeah.
baby. Like, that's on them, kind of.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my parents drink. My mom actually drinks quite a bit, but she's like more of a wine gal.
Okay.
So like all the hard liquor for most of my teen years remained pretty untouched besides myself.
Right,
So-
right. You're like, oh, free for all. It's like they bought it for you.
Exactly.
No, it's like one of those things where you just buy it to kind of have it there in case someone wants it.
Right.
And it's like nobody's wanting that.
And you don't have anything to mix it with.
Yeah,
so, I mean-
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Did you start drinking in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Okay, what age?
I know that I was pretty scared of drinking when I first got to high school, so I don't think it was freshman year.
Okay.
Probably sophomore year.
Do you remember the first time you drank?
I don't know if I do. I remember like the first couple of times. I like remember going to my friends and I don't know what type of choices we were making. We were going to some really strange parties to be able to drink. Like
high school or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like little house parties, someone's parents are gone.
Yep.
But some of them I'm like, I had no business being in that person's basement. Like literally none.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely probably weren't making the safest choices, but we live to tell the tale.
No, totally.
What about you?
I went to the first time I got drunk.
Yeah.
The first time I got drunk was at a cabin in Minnesota. I went with like a few girls from my cross country team.
That's pretty classic.
Yeah, classic. And then like there were a couple of us that hadn't ever drank before, so they were like,
Scary.
they were like walking us through it. They were like, okay, you're gonna take a sip of this and then a sip of this.
Totally.
I was like,
you're like
totally,
tasting it.
Yeah. I was like, and then you take your first shot and you're like,
yeah. I mean, I still do that.
yeah.
It tastes so
it's
bad.
like I actually just don't take shots. Yeah. But there were definitely some house parties I went to that was like, I don't know anyone here. There was one New Year's party that I went to that, I shit you not, 3 minutes after midnight, the cop showed up.
Yeah, a lot of our high school parties got busted.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever get in trouble?
I never did. We would like hide or leave.
Okay.
And so I somehow always made it out of there. But there was one party that we like thought was about to get busted or something. I don't really remember exactly why we're leaving. A bunch of my friends were also in a fight. So we left. Mm-hmm. We ended up leaving one of our friends there.
Yeah.
Oops.
That's so fucked up.
And then I just remember like we went back to a friend's house because, classic, everyone, you pick a house and you have a slumber party afterwards.
Totally.
And I was a complete lightweight. And so I was like vomiting all over the place. I definitely spoiled the fun for everyone because her mom was like, well, she's obviously been drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then of course they're like, no, it was just Sam and she was probably drugged.
Oh my god.
Coming up with these like completely heinous lies. Yeah.
No, and then the parents are suddenly like so concerned for your well-being. It's like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that happened to me. Like, cops showed up and everyone at the party got a ticket.
Oh shit.
Every single the parents were there. Like, the parents knew there was a party going on.
Yeah. We had a couple of those in high school too. Yeah.
It's like, okay, hell yeah, parents.
Yeah.
I'm like, pop off.
Literally.
But we all got tickets that were loitering in the presence of alcohol. So it wasn't even like for
Oh.
drinking. So I just went home and told my parents I wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
And
Right.
they were like, oh, okay. And then I got an athletic code.
Oh,
I was on the softball team. And then my parents were pissed because I wasn't drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that sucks.
So they were pissed about that, which was funny because I was like, haha, I wasn't drinking.
Yeah. We had actually something really fucked up in our school where you could quick 50 somebody.
What is that?
So you would get $50 if you ratted on someone.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And I think it actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure it was $50 to like your high school lunch account. So it wasn't even like who's
like,
eating lunch on
sick,
campus?
I'm getting 50 bags of Doritos. Like,
so now I'm thinking about it. I mean, I never did it to anybody because I was like, that's fucking bogus. But I know some people who got quick 50'd, which is so, because then it's like you get athletic code.
yes,
So.
that's so messed up.
It like literally is so like, yeah, expose your peers vibes.
Right. All the athletes were like so bitter at the theater kids too. We were like, we have to miss our events. Why can't they miss theirs? Like,
So true. I wonder if I can't remember if theater kids would get in trouble for that stuff or not.
Yeah.
Or how that would netted out. Because it had the largest impact on sports for sure.
right. I'm like, suddenly our team is bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
literally. Yeah. Totally.
Well, and everyone who's in a sport is like drinking. There seems to be some sort of correlation there.
No, for sure. It's like camaraderie.
Yeah. So, what sports did you do in high school? You said cross country.
Cross country. I did
I was
basketball.
a cross country kid too.
Were you?
Yeah.
But you hate running now.
I don't hate it. I need to do it. I just haven't. I loved running in Madison because I had my routes, and I haven't really established that routine here yet.
Oh, I get that. And Madison is a very run-friendly city.
Oh my
I
God,
will
just
say.
running around the lake or in the Arboretum or whatever, like so the best
yeah,
thing.
there's so many good spots.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
So I miss that. And I feel like I'm much further from like bodies of water on this you know, like if I was over by the lake,
Maybe.
I think I'd run more.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Well, you are probably by the 606.
I'm actually really close. Yeah.
There you go.
So we run on there, and we've done it a few times, but I also feel like that's like out and back vibes, which I get bored easily.
You like a loop.
I love
a
a loop.
situation. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, lake is also out and back.
That's true.
So you're not missing out.
The only time that I've run a full marathon.
You did one?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
I've done a lot of halves and I only did one full, but I was training and I was here in Chicago and I did like an 18-mile run on the Lakeshore Path.
Okay. So this was recently.
No, I wasn't living here yet.
Oh,
so I
you
was
were
just
visiting.
visiting.
Okay.
It was like 2 or 3 years ago now.
Gotcha.
And that was it was a fun run for being an out and back. I was like, I could get used to this.
It is fun, but I feel like it's more fun when you visit.
That's fair.
Like it's like when
If
you
it's
do
not
it
your everyday
when
route.
you do it every time,
Yeah.
it gets definitely redundant. But yeah.
Well, and then it was really like we were here for the day or something. We were staying overnight. We did that run. I think I immediately went with my friends to bottomless brunch, and then I stayed out that entire day until like 4 a.m. I was like, I ran 18 miles that morning. What business do I have?
How am I standing? You probably had
Yeah.
50,000 steps that day.
Like, 100%.
Yeah, right. It's like you look at your steps and it's like how am I walking today?
Absolute madness.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I could do that at the ripe old age of 27.
Sometimes I feel like going for a long run though, and then kind of being on your feet all day helps
Yeah.
with like relieving the
For
lactic
sure.
acid. Yeah.
Yeah. I know, like how you're supposed to put your legs up on the wall and stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. But I think just
Yeah.
like general movement is like it, even though it's like you are fatigued,
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt as much the next day.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was so sore after I actually ran my full marathon because we went out to lunch and then I like sat around all day.
Oh, I'm sure. And you plus you have to wake up at the ass crack of dawn.
100%.
You probably don't sleep well the night before.
Yeah. It was a lakefront marathon.
I was gonna say which marathon.
Yeah,
Nice.
Milwaukee.
Okay. Cool. Hell yeah.
So it was fun.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. It was like you start up in Grafton or whatever
Yeah.
and you just go straight down.
Okay.
So you get to finish by the lake.
That's cool.
Which is obviously really nice. But
Do you
yeah.
run? Is the whole way along the lake, or do you like run through?
Yes.
City
You're
parts?
in like some neighborhoods for a bit.
Okay.
Like what is that neighborhood with all the mansions up here?
Shorewood.
Yeah. You like come down
Maybe?
from up there. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're kind of going through all that, which is, I mean, hey, certainly something to look at.
Yeah. That is fun. Actually. Yeah.
But it was like relatively flat, which was also nice.
Totally.
But those last 6 miles really kicked my ass.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because it's like, at that point, it's just your mind carrying you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
I know. I did it with my dad and one of my friends, and my dad, I mean, he's an old man, so he was hurting at the end. I was like, I
Did
really
you
just
all
need to
stay
finish.
together the whole time?
Yeah.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah. My dad had a goal of running 5. He's run 4.
Is he gonna do another?
He can't really run anymore. His doctor tells him not to, but
Okay.
he keeps talking like he wants to.
Oh
so
my
we'll
gosh,
see.
he's so funny.
Yeah.
What ones has he done?
He's done Milwaukee twice. He did Green Bay. And then one of them was almost like more of a trail run called like Grandma.
Oh yeah, Grandma's in Duluth.
Yeah,
Yep,
I think so.
yeah, that's 4. Surprised he hasn't done Madison.
Yeah. He's done the half
Okay,
several times. I've done that half a couple times too.
big runner.
I used to run a lot. And my dad and I used to run together pretty much all the time.
I was like, is that? Well, yeah, you were in cross country, but then was one of the reasons because you and your dad ran together? So it's
Yeah.
more incentive.
Yeah. Like he
Yeah.
didn't start. Well, so I tried volleyball first and I was like, I'm not very good at this.
Yeah.
And then I did track in the spring.
Okay.
And then when I was doing track, I did long distance because I didn't know what else to do. And my long distance coach was like, I think you should do cross country. So
And you were like, okay, easy
I was
enough.
like, I can run. I can't do contact sports, but I can run.
You can run. Yeah. Were you pretty good?
I was pretty good. I was on varsity.
Oh, okay. Varstar alert. What number on varsity?
So we didn't really do it like that. It was just kind of like there was always 7 of us and we would just
Yeah.
go. I don't know if we were ever assigned a number.
Oh no, like what number would you finish usually on your team?
Oh,
Like 1 through 7.
I was never first. I would say I was usually like 3rd, 4th, sometimes 5th.
So in the middle. Wow. Okay.
I was in the
Wow,
middle.
that's fast.
Yeah, I was
And-
decent.
And we ran 4Ks. Did you run a 4K too?
Tell me the distance of that in
2.5.
miles. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Because it was always a little less than the boys.
Yeah, it was always
Boys
less than the
run a 5K.
boys and less than every other state. 'Cause
Okay.
Every other state ran 5Ks.
Yeah.
which
Yep.
I was like, hell yeah, we were running a 4K. This is great.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, and it was kind of nice that it wasn't the same as the boys because then you couldn't compare.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Then I don't have to think about how much slower I am.
Exactly. Even though they're finishing faster than me.
Yeah. like by a million miles.
Yeah.
James is on cross country too.
Oh, really? Is that how you two met?
No, we actually met in youth group.
Oh, yeah, middle school, right?
Yeah. Which, of course, my grandma loves that I found me a little Catholic schoolboy.
Right.
So, yeah, so funny. I've known him for so long.
For so long. Okay, and then was he on varsity too?
Yes.
Did you? So that's why you were so worked up about the boys' times.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to compare.
Yeah, you were like, okay.
I'm fast for a girl.
Wow, you two were both fast.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
That's awesome.
He was lazy though, so there was a couple times where he would like come and he would be like late to practice, or I think he missed the bus for one of our meets one time. And so his coach was like, you have to run the JV race today, like you don't get to run varsity. And James was really sassy in high school, and he was like, fine, then I'm just gonna win. And he literally won the whole race.
Shut up, that's so funny.
Yeah. So good.
But like the coach couldn't be too mad.
No, I mean that's great.
Oh, that's gotta be so fun to win a race.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
No, like you're the actual first person to cross the line.
Like that's gotta be exhilarating.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, that's awesome.
I know.
That's the dream.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Now every time that I run an actual like half or full marathon, I'm really just running to cross.
For sure. Oh,
not for time.
Not for time, yeah. Well, because time is like 6 hours.
Yeah.
It takes
so
long.
Yeah.
It's like, can we just bring back the 4K,
No,
5K?
literally.
Like,
Where'd those go?
Where'd those go? Why is that not impressive anymore?
I'm excited to do your birthday run.
Yes, the thought trot.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the 5K.
That
Are
was
you going to
be
win?
So fun. I probably won't win.
No, you got to start training now. You and James better get out there. I want to see some mile
I bet
repeats.
James could win.
Yeah.
He's
I
pretty
would love
fast.
that. He's got to be my brother, though.
And he's very competitive, so.
Okay, cool. That's kind of off-brand for him.
You think?
A little bit.
He keeps it hidden, I feel like.
Yeah, he kind of shoves it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So funny. Well, because I've thought about like trying to get us to do like a longer race together, but I like to run with people and just chat the whole way. For me, that's like how I forget that I'm actually running.
Yes.
And he's like, I am not going to stay with you. Like, I'm going to go fast.
He's like, I'm not here to gab.
So, fine.
Okay, well, I'll do a long run with you if you want to gab.
Yeah, that'd be so
Totally.
fun.
Hell yeah.
Have you done any like in the Chicago area or?
No
Do you
races.
mostly leave the city?
I was
Okay.
going to do a half.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like a year and a half ago. And
Yeah.
then I was injured. Then I was going to do the full and I was still injured.
Classic.
But I'm doing a half in April.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
In the city?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you should sign up for it.
Okay. I would have to start training literally yesterday.
Yeah, you got it, girl.
I could maybe do it.
You can do it.
I did run a half one time where the furthest I trained was 8 miles.
Okay, yeah, you'll be fine.
And I was fine.
And you were fine. And you're young and spry. And truly, there's no better motivation than
signing up for something.
signing up for something.
Yeah.
Or having a crush.
So true. So true.
I'm like, I have a crush. I need to get in shape.
Yeah. That is actually so nice. Maybe I need to like, maybe I'll break up with James so that I can.
No, you can stay with him. Just like find a new crush. You know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we'll break up and then he'll be my crush. And
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
then to relight that spark.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's something about an 11-year relationship where I'm like, I actually don't have to stay in shape for you anymore.
Yeah. I could see that. It kind of gets old. It's like, oh, you truly love me for who I am.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. That's
I could
hard.
really-
That's got to be hard.
I could let shit go if I wanted. Yeah.
Totally.
There was actually one time where I said to James, it was like in college and I definitely wasn't taking very good care of myself. And I was like, I'm probably just going to get fat. Like, I'm just going to get fat and that's what's going to happen. And James was like, okay, then I'll be into fat girls. I was like, don't say that.
No.
You're supposed to be misogynistic.
Stop loving me for who I am, damn it. Yeah.
That's not how this is supposed to work. You're supposed to be like, then I'll break up with you.
Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
But nice in hindsight.
He is not keeping you motivated.
At all.
Oh my god, girl, you gotta be meaner.
He's like, this unconditional love is not doing anything for me.
It is so messed up.
Seriously.
Modern love, people.
Okay, well, I could literally talk to you all day, but I have to ask you your good, bad, and ugly.
Ask away.
Okay, let's start with your good.
Okay, so my good is condiments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, love this take.
Yeah. Okay, what's your take?
What's your favorite condiment? I love condiments.
Honestly, probably like aioli.
Okay.
Does that count or is that
Absolutely, that
because it's like
counts.
mayo-based.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, I could go on for ages. Like mustard is awesome.
Okay, so I didn't used to like mustard when I was a kid. I was so wrong. I love mustard now.
I feel I was also wrong as a child.
I feel like maybe that's like, you know, you need adult taste buds
For
to
sure.
like
Yeah,
mustard.
it's one of those things. It's one of those things.
Okay, totally.
Do you have a
I would say I
favorite?
don't love yellow mustard, but I love like a Dijon.
Okay.
I like
yeah,
a
like
gritty
a ground,
mustard. Yeah.
or like I love a honey mustard.
I love honey mustard.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God, that's so hard for me because I feel like I genuinely love all condiments.
Even ketchup?
I still definitely use ketchup.
Okay.
I used to be so like ketchup, not mustard. And
Huh,
now I
okay.
feel like
Yeah,
I
same,
gravitate
actually.
toward mustard.
Yep.
But I'm not like anti-ketchup.
Yes. Okay, interesting.
Something that is fucked up about me though, I don't put any condiments on my brats.
That is definitely a
It's-
serial killer trait.
Yeah, I know.
It's definitely, if you had an ick, it would be that.
Totally.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you just like the brat taste that much?
I really do.
You don't even like relish or pickles or onions?
Every once in a while, onions.
Every once in a while. Like
Yeah.
one in how many brats?
Maybe every like fifth brat,
Wow.
I'll put some onions on there.
That's so shocking.
Especially
You
if
just
I get
love
it
the
from the
taste
Union.
of the meat.
And like that, yeah, they're so juicy. I love brats.
Okay, but they're juicier with the mustard.
I mean, true.
I love pickle slices on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge pickles on my pickles on my burger.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I like them to be on there, but then I like to take them off. Like I like the pickle juice. I want the pickle essence.
You kind of want this like bun to like suck up the juice a little bit?
yeah.
Okay.
But I don't actually want to bite into a pickle.
Really? You don't like that crispy crunch?
I like it on the side,
Huh, okay.
but something about the texture of that with like a burger doesn't feel right to me.
Okay. I support that.
Just the essence.
Just the essence. Yeah.
Okay, love this though. Are there any condiments that you don't like?
I don't like wasabi. Is that a condiment? Yeah.
I think so.
I don't like wasabi.
Yeah, just too hot.
It's like, or like horseradish, like that like stuff that kind of clears your nasals out.
It is an
can't-
overwhelming
I
sensation.
can't get behind that stuff.
Yeah. Plus, it pretty much overpowers anything that you're having it with.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And it's like I can do it in small portions. Like I'm not too picky,
Okay.
but I think that's my probably least favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
How about
think-
you?
I feel like we must be similar condiment users.
Well, you use ketchup, so
I mean, I do.
you're using
I'm using
ketchup.
like a drug addict. You're using.
You're using ketchup. Yeah. No, ketchup is fine, but like it's not my condiment of choice.
Okay. I guess probably same.
Okay.
I do like stuff. Like my parents are pretty anti-mayo. Neither of them. Like
See,
we used to
that's
not
so
have mayo in the
twisted.
house. Yeah. I'm like that's also very un-Wisconsin.
Yeah.
My dad in particular just thinks like mayonnaise is completely disgusting. I don't know. I like mayo. I like mayo-based
That's your
things.
favorite?
I definitely have it on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it mixes well. Like today, this like sandwich that we had, James mixes like mayonnaise with honey, which sounds like it wouldn't work, but it's so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So that's kind of a fun.
Yeah.
It could be a little sour and a little sweet.
It's kind of like a honey aioli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Aiolis are so good.
So good.
When did we invent that? I feel like it was only within the last like 5 to 10 years.
No, literally. I'm like, why did I just introduce myself to aioli? It's like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I switched.
Seriously.
I'm officially converted aioli girl.
And it's necessary.
Yeah.
So good.
So good. I could dip anything in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you like sweet potato fries? Not everybody does.
Yes.
Sweet potato fries and a garlic aioli is
Yes.
like heaven on earth.
Ooh, is that your favorite?
So good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And they also have this basil aioli. I've only ever had it at Cafe Hollander.
That is good. Yes,
It is
I've had
so
that.
fucking good.
Oh my gosh, when restaurants make a good aioli, I'm like, you're
Yeah.
doing it right. Like, you know what you're doing.
That's another thing that I used to steal quite a bit. I would like take the little cylinders that they send you your aioli in.
When our
bring it home.
good combines with our with our biggest crimes, people.
So true. Okay, what's your bad? We'll start there.
Okay, so I have two bads.
Okay, I can't wait.
Okay, the first one is like horn honking. And I'm
Like when you're in a car.
like when I'm like on the street and someone's honking.
Okay, yeah.
Or like, yeah. And I feel like I'm like, they need to have a measurement for like anger level.
So true.
And whoever like is above a certain level needs to not have a horn in their car.
yeah, that's so
They're
true.
how apt.
Yeah,
a horn just
seriously.
honked. And I'm like, what is so
They
wrong?
must have heard you.
It was for me. It's like, unless somebody is in danger, like,
Yeah.
don't use the horn.
I know.
Like, it's gonna be okay.
I will say, especially in a city like this, people are so quick to hop on the horn.
So quick. And I'm like, the second that light turns green, beeping, I'm like, oh my God.
I don't know if I've literally ever thought to lay on my horn.
No, I'm like, unless it was like someone braking so fast and I'm like accidentally hitting the horn.
Yeah, so true.
It's like, come on.
I just don't think it feels like the most aggressive thing you can do if you're behind the wheel. Like, why would you ever think to honk? I'm just a girl.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, angry people honk horns. Like, genuinely.
So true.
So I'm like, disable the horn for angry people.
Seriously. And it's one of those things, too, where it's like, you clearly have road rage. You shouldn't probably even be in a car, period.
In a motor vehicle. Like, girl, just get from point A to point B.
Honestly.
Okay? Like,
hop on that CTA.
Yeah, you don't have to ruin my day in this.
So true. I think that's another reason why I was like scared to drive here.
Oh, because to be honked at?
Yeah, and like
you're taking it personally.
I am.
Yeah, no, it's not you, it's them.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
But like clearly they are taking their anger out on me, and that still does have an effect.
No, you're holding on to it. Yeah. You're holding on to it.
Yeah.
I'll go on to my second one.
Please do.
Okay, my second one is like people with the same names.
Totally.
It's just so, I mean, your name is Sam, and I know 6 different Sams.
Yeah.
And it's so confusing. And like you said, our friend Jason, which is spelled Jasen.
Which I will say, Jason, no offense, is the wrong way to spell Jason.
Sorry, dude. But it's confusing when you say Jason and you mean Jason.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like, it's like my brain goes to like a different Jason that I know because I automatically picture the spelling with an O-N.
Okay, so you do pronounce them different.
No, I don't.
Okay,
just in my head.
Okay.
It's like, it looks different.
Totally.
But I know so many Sams. And I'm like texting my friend Sam about the podcast. And she's like, your bad needs to be people with the same names. And I was like,
so true.
That's so true. Like,
it is the worst. I will say too, I used to more so be a Samantha.
Okay, that's tea.
Yeah. And the reason that I did that was actually because when I moved so I lived in Milwaukee first. Yeah. And then I moved to Madison when I was in like the 3rd grade.
Okay.
And my 3rd grade class already had 3 Sams in it. Oh. So I was like, I need to be Samantha.
Right.
This is going to be too much.
Did you ever think to go Sammy or...
Sammy never felt right. My mom actually did call me Sammy for a while, spelled with Y. I'm definitely not a Sammy with the I kind of girl.
S-A-M-Y? S-A-M-M-Y?
2 M's, yeah.
2 M's, yeah.
But that one didn't really feel right.
Yeah,
I never
no, that's fair.
If I'm introducing myself, I've never once said Sammy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then it kind of came back around as a joke in high school where like my friends would jokingly call me Sam, which doesn't really make sense because like on the surface that doesn't sound fucking funny but at all. It's like, okay, they called you a nickname.
They're just like trying to poke you.
Yeah,
like, poke
there was
bear.
like the inflection of it too was like Sam,
totally.
Like, you know,
yeah, for
it
sure.
like, but then it kind of stuck. So
okay,
then and then I probably when I got to college, I think that's mainly how I went back to introducing myself.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Like James will still call me Samantha. I don't know if you've ever heard him say that.
No, I hear it all the time because my bestie Sam, I also call Samantha. So when he says Samantha, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I get it. But it is actually easier that you're with James all the time and that you two show up to everything together because it's like Sam and James are coming and nobody questions.
Then you know which
right.
one.
If we were like Sam's coming, people would probably say
literally who.
Which like Sam who. Yeah, right, exactly.
I actually know my mom has this friend in her art group whose name is Heather, who's also married to someone named Heather.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, that is crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, I could never date an Aubrey.
No. I mean,
there can only be one.
Even like dating a Sam for me, if I went back to Samantha, it'd feel wrong.
So weird. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild.
But yeah, so funny. I don't know, like so many people. I think you're the only Aubrey in my life.
That's so successful for me.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Good job, mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't meet many Aubreys.
That's good. You keep it that way.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. If anyone meets an Aubrey and you're friends with us,
they're not allowed in the friend group.
Dad, yeah. I get called Audrey all the time and I'm like, yeah, I'll just respond because like whatever.
Totally.
But you know.
Do you know Audrey's?
I know more Audreys than Aubreys.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think maybe same.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it is so funny too because like I feel like it especially happens with like shorter like nicknames and stuff.
Yeah.
So then it's funny because it's like, yeah, you could go by something else, but like I personally identify as Sam.
Right, I know. And it's like there's no other way to do Samantha other than Samantha, Sam, or Sammy. Yeah. So it's like pick your poison.
All the
we
things.
Should do Saman.
Saman.
Yeah.
My mom actually does call me that.
Antha.
My mom calls me Sman. She also she used to call me Sammer Jammer, which I was like, we can't be.
You're like,
that one has to end.
You're like, I just turned 16, Mom. I can't be called that anymore.
Oh, thank you. Oh, so funny. Okay, that's a good bad.
Okay, cool.
I'm loving it.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear your ugly.
Okay, my ugly, and they're trending nowadays, and you might know what I'm about to say, but the shoe ons, like those.
I don't know those.
Those shoes that are like running shoes with the little pods under them.
Oh yes.
I cannot.
Oh, those are called
stand
ons.
those. Yeah, like people call them on clouds or whatever. But I just cannot get behind them.
It has like the O and the N logo that's stacked.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. What's your take on those? Do you like them?
No.
That's like why do people love them?
I don't even really like any trendy running shoe.
True. Honestly, all running shoes ugly.
Yeah. Well, and like I feel like running shoes are meant to be ugly. So
Agreed.
Like, the uglier the better, in my opinion.
I 100% agree.
No point in trying to be cool.
No point.
Yeah.
And people come in to the store I work at and they're like, I'm just trying to like get something cute. And I'm like, girl, go next door then.
Right.
Like you're not going to find it here.
Go buy yourself a cute pair of boots.
Right.
Don't pick up a running hobby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Because running is like, I think my favorite part about like running cross country and stuff is like everyone looks completely whack when it's not a cute sport.
No, it's not cute at all.
It's not like volleyball or something where you can like dress up, or tennis where you wear a little skirt.
Right. Like volleyball girls are like wearing spandex and like looking hot. And I'm like looking
girls could
so
never.
I have like drool on my face and I'm like pissing my pants. No, it's like I am not looking cute. Trust me.
Oh my God, it is the best.
It's the best.
Yeah.
So that's my ugly.
I think it's really funny too because like Asics recently within the last like 2 or 3 years like got pretty cool. Like they went like the streetwear route too.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is crazy because like Asics used to be some of the ugliest fucking running shoes.
Yeah, totally.
What do you actually run in?
I kind of rotate. I do Saucony, I do Asics, I do Hoka's every once in a while, I do Mizuno's.
I think I have the last 3 pair of running shoes I've gotten, maybe even 4, have been the Mizuno like Wave Runner.
Yes, love those.
Yeah,
honestly,
I like
Mizuno's
those.
are great.
Yeah,
I love that shoe.
And like, I also don't really love too squishy of a bottom.
For sure, yeah.
Some people do, but
no, that's kind of like an old school runner thing. I'm finding out is like people who have been doing it a while like prefer it actually.
We're elitist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where newer runners are like, oh, this is comfy.
Yeah.
Squishy. I have been getting into like squishier ones because I get them for free.
So yeah, that is nice.
Which is nice. So it's like fun to try out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you try to like rotate your shoes, or do you like stick with one until you wear it down?
No, I try to rotate.
Yeah.
It's nice. Gets a different feel and like works different muscles depending on the shoe.
So true.
Yeah.
I know. Well, because like my dad actually tracks his miles on his shoes. Because like, I don't know, there's some mileage point where it's like those have crapped out and you should get new ones. I definitely don't pay attention to that. And there was like a couple years there where I was running on these shoes and my dad saw the bottom of them. The sole was like pretty much completely gone. And he's like, you should not be. Because I was constantly complaining. I was like, shin splints.
No, I was like, I can't believe you didn't get injured.
It's like, he's like, yeah, you can't be running in these anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, something that's so funny, and you probably have to do this with people all the time. Mm-hmm. I think it's one of the most embarrassing human experiences for people who run is like going to the shoe store, trying the new shoes on, and then they make you do like a little lap outside. I'm like, this is mortifying. I feel so silly. I'm probably in like normal clothes for some reason, and then I have my little shoes on, and I'm like standing outside of like a Fleet Feet next to like an Orange Julius or something.
That's
like I'm like,
so
I feel
funny.
so embarrassing right now.
No, and that's so fair. No, I don't like make people run around the store.
Do you not?
No,
I feel like I
don't.
always had to do that.
I'll just be like, okay, stand up, walk around. You can use a treadmill if you want, like whatever.
Oh, you guys have a treadmill.
We do have a treadmill, but like that makes sense to your point of like wearing normal clothes.
Yeah. I'd be like in a pair of jeans, like jogging in the strip
or
mall.
like a dress. Yeah, right. Exactly.
So funny.
That is so good.
Okay,
but you gotta
really
test them out.
Yeah, I mean, you really do.
The cool thing about our store is the return policy is 60 days. Like no matter how worn they are, so you can wear them and then return them.
Wait, so okay, but then what happens to the shoes if they are kind of like worn?
If they're worn, it's actually sick for me because they go into this bin that's basically free shoes.
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
We can't resell them.
Right.
They just get taken out of inventory.
Yeah.
And so employees can kind of take them home or we donate them too.
That's nice.
Yeah. But it's honestly because a lot of people will wear them for the marathon.
Sure.
And then like the next day return them.
Okay.
They'll like buy them 2 days. It's like the date
also,
of the purchase.
Not a good idea.
No, not at all. Not at all.
That makes me think of like the movie Ice Princess where she like wears the new skates. Have you ever seen it? Oh my god, that movie is like burned into my memory.
I'm not a movie girl.
Are you not?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's really interesting. Shows exclusively.
Like reality.
Totally.
Like I can't get behind acting.
What?
It's so fucked up.
I didn't know that about you.
I know, it's a hot take.
Maybe that's your ick.
Yeah. And that's fair. It's fair. I did call yours out earlier. I got a couple of them.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
It's actually really funny when Zoe was here recording the pod with me. She was like, an ick for me is like people who don't make their bed every day. And I was like, did I make my bed?
You're like, I gotta go, Zoe.
Literally, like, I have to shut the door to my bedroom.
Yeah.
Because I definitely don't make my bed every day.
That's so funny. Did you say your ick?
Well, so my ick isn't necessarily to do with like a partner. It's just like something that
about people.
Yeah.
Right.
But like,
you're like, James does it and I still love it.
He actually doesn't, but if he did, it would give you the ick. It's those guys, like, especially when obviously it's like fucking finance bros, like hopping on those motorized scooters with their little backpacks. Some of them have the helmet on. They're like in their business casual clothes, like riding around downtown Chicago. I'm like, that is an ick for sure.
No, and that's so funny because I feel like the threshold of ick for men is like way lower than women.
For sure.
And like women, like if a woman was doing that, I'd be like, whoo.
No, I would literally be like, okay, amazing, and you're saving the environment, and you look awesome.
Literally.
But
and
the
like
second that a guy,
color,
yeah. I'd be like, you're practically a bionic woman.
Yeah. Yes.
That's really cool.
That's so good.
But like when a guy does it, I'm like, absolutely not you.
Yeah. Totally.
Also something about like how they have to have like one foot in front of the other and like the posture. I'm like, this is wrong.
And like they're trying to like, and they're probably like honking their stupid moped horn. It's like
for sure
so high pitched.
Yeah. I have to think through like some of my other icks because I'm sure there are other things that immediately turn me off about people, but it's so hard to think of those on the spot.
Sometimes it's, I mean, as you heard from my ugly, just the sneakers.
Yeah, so fair.
Like, you gotta be wearing the right sneakers.
Yeah. I mean, an easy ick is like if somebody has absolutely no swag.
They're just wearing like a plain t-shirt and plain pants.
Yeah, it's like, you're so boring.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Have you ever thought to express yourself?
It's so tough out there.
And you don't even have to have like a style that I agree with, but like,
right. It's like,
you
even
have
if
to
it's
have
ugly.
something.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, I feel like when I go to New York, I like realize that every time. I'm like, whatever that person is wearing is ugly, but they're doing the utmost work to express themselves.
100%.
And I find that attractive.
Same.
So amazing.
Right. If you're wearing something that's completely heinous, but you're doing it confidently, like, who am I to
No,
say?
for sure. And like, you could be wearing a trash bag and I'd be like, okay,
slay,
strut.
bitch.
Yeah, like catwalk down that alley.
That is so funny too, because I feel like especially in New York, people wear some insane stuff.
Yeah, it's wild.
It was actually so much fun moving to a bigger city from Madison, because people in Madison just like no swag.
No swag. No swag there. You can get by with anything in Madison. Yeah, we rolled up after living in Chicago for some time and we were like the hottest people there.
No, within 100 miles.
And we were all like like switching outfits and like
that was actually so fun. And every day Luke was like, Aubrey, can I borrow your shirt?
Yeah, totally. And I'm like, yes, I'm flattered. Please.
I love it. Yeah, I actually dropped like $1,000 on that trip too. So oops.
Well, that's because you're out of your stealing phase.
Yeah, and now we're just spending cash.
Now you're just spending, but you're thrifting, so it feels like less.
So true.
But it's just, yeah.
And I will say that's why Madison folks don't really get the privilege of having no swag, because you can't get away with it. You have so many thrift stores at your disposal.
Yes.
You have no excuse.
Agreed.
Because I certainly managed to find a plethora of items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To bring back to have swag.
My God. Yeah. I need to curb my spending habits. That's actually something that I want to do in 2024. But
and how's that going the first 3 weeks?
Really bad. I just dropped $400 on new swimsuits.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
But you're going on a trip.
I am.
And
I justified it because they're sustainably made.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like, I obviously have to pay more if I'm not going to buy them on Amazon.
Yes. Okay.
So,
I think that, well, I want to highlight the fact that you've bought them specific for this trip. You probably won't buy another suit this year.
definitely not.
So,
and because I spent as much money as I did, I'm getting a free mystery swimsuit. It's probably going to be ugly. But that's a bonus suit right there.
that's so funny. No, honestly, when I watch Love Island, I'm like, they have some nice ass suits.
I know.
And I need to get some of those.
Literally all my swimsuits that I have are from Amazon, and they're they disintegrate when I go in the water. I'm like, this is pointless.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's like this is like one of those dissolvable swimsuits. Yes. And now you're skinny dipping.
No, literally. All of a sudden,
like,
I'm actually in the nude.
Pranked. Yeah, totally.
On like James's family vacation.
Yeah, right. James' mom is like, Sam, your boobs are out.
Oh my god, that would be insane.
Okay, do you have like a good, bad, ugly for the week?
Okay, let me think. I would say I'll start with my ugly because this has been on my brain.
Okay, spill the tea.
And I do feel a little bit bogus saying this one, but because I know it's trendy right now and the girls are doing it, but I am not loving the white eyeliner trend that's taking place.
Okay.
On the waterline. I don't think it looks quite right.
What does it? Do you think it what's
to me? I don't know. I also think nothing should really go there. It doesn't seem like a place on your eye. You should probably put products
for health reasons.
Yeah.
Can we get a doctor to chime in on that?
Literally. But I just think it like looks really strange, and everyone's like, oh, doe eyes or something. And I see all these like TikTok girlies on doing their makeup, and everyone's doing it, and I'm like, I can't get behind that.
Yeah. Okay.
I just think it looks really strange.
Okay, that's so fair.
So that's my ugly. I would say a bad. A bad is unfortunately, and again, I'm not canceling a small business, so I'm not going to name names. But we recently got like some Chinese food, and we were like, we should try more businesses like around us versus like always doing Uber Eats or whatever.
Yeah.
And the Chinese food that we got, I wanted classic Chinese too because we get Thai a lot.
Yeah.
And there's really good Thai in the city. But I was like, I just want some like General Tso's.
Yes.
And like some chicken fried rice.
I hear that.
So we got some really bad. It was like exceptionally bad food.
What was bad about it?
It just did not taste right. Even their crab rangoon, I was like, I know that this is supposed to be like imitation crab or whatever, but this is not really tasting like I'm gonna have diarrhea soon.
Oh, that's so hard too, because you're like, you have a craving, and it's like this.
Especially when you want Chinese, you really want
Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
And it wasn't good, and I will not be ordering from them again. But again, I'm not gonna name names.
We're not trying to cancel this small business.
No. But that was definitely a bad.
Okay.
Ending on a good. I would say it felt really good to clean my house today, and I kind of did like a deep clean, so. I was like, I scrubbed the fridge, the stove.
Oh, damn. You got into the grooves.
I was like, I have a day off and I'm going to use it.
Yeah, good for you.
And I haven't done that in a while. So it felt really good because our kitchen was kind of like starting to give me the creeps.
For sure. It's kind of like, yep. I do know.
Like all of a sudden you're looking around and you're like, actually, this place is filthy.
Yeah. Honestly, another good motivator is having people over.
No, it's literally the best.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like every time that I invite someone to my house, I have to clean it. And I'm like, I should do this at least once a week.
Right. Exactly. Honestly.
And that's so true. It is the best. That's one thing I love about this podcast. It keeps my house clean.
And I will say on the record, the house is glowing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sam did a great job.
And it's like so hard to, I mean, you know, having cats, like there's like dust bunnies just floating around the home. Oh, he's coming for his annual podcast debut.
Hey, Misho. I do understand that. And I'm also like, my cats also just like swat shit on the floor.
Oh,
like it's like not even like dust and fur, but like also just like my items that don't belong on the floor.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, you guys.
So true. Well, it was so fun to have you on this podcast.
It was so much fun being here.
I think you're really good at this, so you have to come back.
I'll be back.
But before we leave, something that I think I'm going to start asking every guest, are you, as a pessimistic at best podcast guest, is your hater mode activated today?
It's activated, but there's one more thing we have to do before it's officially in action.
Okay.
And that is complain about the Midwest winter.
Oh my God, so true.
We have to complain about the weather, Sam.
I know, it is kind of the worst thing in the world. And today it's not even giving winter. It's kind of just, you know, the rainiest, saddest.
I know, it's not giving winter next week. So like, you know, we had like the polar vortex. We're probably gonna get another one, but that's over. And now it's just like rainy and gloomy January.
I know.
And it's actually it just makes me irate. Yeah. Actually. And then next week is kind of a global warming sleigh because it's like gonna be nice out.
I know.
And I'm like, yes, bitch.
No, literally. She is kind of serving.
She is serving next week.
It is kind of crazy because I am always like, you know, in the summers it's insanely hot. I'm like, global warming is definitely bad. But then the second it gets above 40 in winter, I'm like, Actually, she might be onto something.
I'm like, yes, bitch. I'm like, maybe you're on my side.
No, seriously.
Yeah, I'm like, you're feeding me serotonin, girl.
100%.
Yeah, by the spoonful.
I did hear too, next week, I believe, is the first week that the sun will be setting after 5 p.m.
Oh, that's huge.
So that's major.
For the depressed girls.
It might even be 6. 5 or 6.
No, it's got to be 5.
Okay, I think
6
it's 5.
feels like a lot.
Yeah.
6 feels too late.
6 feels like you're dreaming.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Well, anyways, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, my absolute pleasure.
It wouldn't have been true pessimistic at best if we wouldn't have complained about the weather.
So true.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you said something. And thank you guys for listening. As always, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the pod on whatever platform. And if you're lucky enough, you might be watching this on YouTube and you actually get to see my beautiful guest and my beautiful son.
Yeah, and Misho, he's glowing.
He's looking amazing today.
Yeah, he is.
And now he seems a little more relaxed and like less of an asshole.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see how long that lasts.
A second.
Literally at the drop of a hat.
Right.
Well, thank you.
See ya.
See you next week. Goodbye. And that's a wrap. I had fun. How about you? As always, thank you for living, laughing, loving, and most importantly, listening to my podcast. Want to stay in the loop? You can find us at Pessimistic at Best on Instagram, or if it's me you're looking for, that'll be at Sam Georgeson on all platforms. Don't forget to rate and review the show, and if bonus content is your thing, you can gain access to extra episodes by joining our Patreon. The link is in our show notes. And last but certainly not least, shout out to James for being the brains behind this operation. Couldn't do it without you, honey. Okay, see you next week.